Hi, so I said I was going to make another video, and I was going to make a video about voting, so I am. Now obviously because I'm voting I'm going to need to protect some of my own information, so I got myself a sparkly pink piece of tape and some scissors, and so on my voting package, before I show it to you, I'm going to cover up anything that's private. So here we are. If you are over the age of 18 and are eligible to vote in this election and have not received this package, please proceed to Elections BC to get this sent to you right away, because it's very important that you vote. Now, this voting package contains 4 items. Time to open it. This is exciting. This is the first time I've ever done a mail-in ballot, so open it up. Alright, step 1 is the ballot. This is my secret ballot. Now, I can keep this a secret if I want to, but I don't. I also have a right to share this with all of you, because personally, I want my opinions to be well known. The ballot is step 1 of 4. It's the first thing you have to complete. To vote, fill in or mark X or check mark in the circle next to your choice. This is also great if you're too young to vote. You get to have an experience. Do not make any other markings on this ballot, or it may not be counted. This is really important to remember, because we have to keep in mind we actually have 3 choices here. The Mayor's Council has developed a transportation and transit plan called the Regional Transportation Investments, a vision for Metro Vancouver. Here's. And if you have your own, you can follow along. Or if you've already voted, congratulations. I hope you are happy with your decision and that I don't change anything. I'm still not sure what I'm going to vote for. So I want to get exactly how they're saying it. And then I'm going to look up some information and we're going to see, and I'm going to decide here in front of you and figure out what I want. This plan will add bus service and new B-Line rapid bus routes. Increase service on SkyTrain, Canada Line, C-Bus, and West Coast Express. Maintain and upgrade the region's major roads. Build a new Patella Bridge. Build rapid transit connecting Surrey Centre with Guildford, Newton, and Langley. Build rapid transit along Broadway in Vancouver. Extend the region's cycling and pedestrian walkway networks. A new Metro Vancouver congestion improvement tax would be applied as a 0.5% sales tax on the majority of goods and services that are subjected to the provincial sales tax that are sold or delivered in the region. More detail can be found at www.mayorscouncil.ca. Revenues would be dedicated to the Mayor's Council Transportation and Transit Plan. Revenues and expenditures would be subject to annual independent audits and public reporting. I love transit. I don't have a car. This is how I get around. This thing right here. Here's my January, my December.
Make it rain, bitch. I'ma make it rain. I'ma make it rain, bitch. I'ma make it rain. I'ma make it rain, bitch. I'ma make it rain. I'ma make it rain, bitch. I'ma make it rain.
I'm probably what you would consider a heavy transit user. But in the same vein, I use transit so much, I find it fine. I regularly transit from Vancouver to Burnaby, Vancouver to the North Shore, Vancouver to Coquitlam. I'm pretty much everywhere, and I've never really found it to be that much of a big deal. Now, obviously, I'm lucky enough to live essentially in the center of the city. There's a lot of transit in my area. Now, has it been perfect? No. In terms of rapid bus routes, I don't tend to go places where everyone else goes. I'm not in university. I don't go to the places where everyone else goes. So I don't really use the rapid bus routes. I use a lot of the smaller bus routes. So more rapid bus routes to, say, SFU or whatever wouldn't really help me. In terms of the roads, I think we have pretty good quality of roads. That being said, that doesn't mean that they have to stay good quality. I understand that we need to maintain our roads so that we still have good quality roads. The Patella Bridge is a tragedy. Honestly, I completely agree with building a new Patella Bridge. There are 4 things that people are voting on in this election. There are the people who are voting on getting more transit. And there are people who think they are voting on whether or not they want a tax. There are people who think they are voting on whether or not they support TransLink as an organization. And there are people who think we are voting on whether or not the money will be spent well. So the last 2 are kind of combined, and the first 2 are the actual things that we're voting on. Because the thing is, I don't necessarily disagree that TransLink is poorly. Pfizer is poorly run. Simply Organic had it recalled the other day. Kraft Dinner had a recall for metal in their dinner. Yes, it's corrupt. But that's not what I'm voting on. There are only 2 things that I'm voting on in this. I'm voting on whether or not I agree with this plan paired with this tax. Now I have to choose. Do I agree with this plan and this tax? Now I don't agree that this is the only way they can do it. I think that there's many other options. But I understand where they're coming from. That's what it boils down to, is what am I most selfish towards? Because that's what our society runs on. And I'm selfish towards the fact that I use transit all the time. That was huge, and I'm voting yes. Step 2 is the secrecy envelope. This is so that when they check my information, they don't have to combine it with the fact that when they check my information, they don't put it to me. Which doesn't matter because I'm letting you all see it anyway. But click the envelope. There we go. All sealed. Certification envelope. Let's fill it out together. I declare that I am the voter identified on the certification envelope, that I am a resident in the Transportation Service Region, and that I have not previously voted in this plebiscite. Certify that. Got my signature on it. There you go. November 13th, 1996. Now, so much paper. Now I have to put it in the yellow return envelope. Make sure your sealed brown certification envelope is inside this envelope. Check. And now all I have to do is mail it. This is my finished ballot